This is Tim, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about The Elephant Man on 4K UHD Blu-ray. So today we have this Vintage Classics Studio Canal release, which came out about 2 or 3 weeks ago in the UK. And this is the collector's edition 3-disc set. So it has one UHD disc and 2 Blu-rays, one of the film and one of the special features. And it's a brand new restoration, supervised by director David Lynch. So that's pretty cool. It's a 4K restoration. And it also comes with a booklet and 5 art cards. And even the packaging itself is quite interesting. So yeah, I'll just quickly show you the back here. Not sure if you can see that. And then it sort of slides out here. It's not the easiest package to get out. There's like a gatefold box set inside. And I'll show you the artwork here. Just let me unfold this. Yeah, and so you've got the 3 discs there. And then there's a booklet over here and the art cards. And on the back side, you have some more stills from the film. And I'll show you the booklet inside. So it's quite a thick, fat booklet. It's about 60 or 64 pages. And there's quite a lot of information about the film in here and pictures, including an original press book, lobby cards. There's a couple of essays about the making of and review of the film, and a little bit about the Elephant Man himself, the original, like, real life story of the Elephant Man, who existed in London in the late 19th century. And then we also have a few art cards here. I won't take them out, but I took one out for an example, and I like this shot from the film. It's quite nice, of Anthony Hopkins walking through 19th century London. Okay, yeah, so that's most of the package, but I will tell you what's on this set in terms of technical specs and special features, if you're interested. So we have, as I said, the 4K Blu-ray, which is region free, so you can play it on any 4K UHD player around the world. I do have a 4K player. I do not have a 4K TV, however, but you can still use a 4K player on a standard HD TV. You can connect it with an HDMI cable, and then you can play 4K discs through that. So that's what I've been doing, and they still look amazing, even on a 1080p television set. So yeah, that's one option. If you don't want to upgrade to a 4K TV just yet, you could at least buy the 4K Blu-ray player, and then you can start buying 4K Blu-rays. But of course, this also has a regular Blu-ray, standard 1080p Blu-ray on here, so you can play that on your regular Blu-ray player as well. However, that is coded for region B, this release, so you may need a region free player if you're in the US or other countries outside of region B. And of course, this is black and white film in the 2:3:5:1 aspect ratio. And yeah, it's made in 1980. And as I said, there's a special features disc on here, so that includes 2 new features which haven't been on any previous release. One is an interview with Frank Connor about photographing the Elephant Man, and also a BFI Q&A with Jonathan Sanger, who was the producer of the film. Plus, we have the older special features which were on previous releases, including 2 interviews with David Lynch, interview with John Hurt, behind the scenes stills gallery. Actually, sorry, 3 interviews with David Lynch, one with Mike Figgis, another director. And then there's 2 features about one is the making of, a documentary about the film, and then the other is about the real Elephant Man, Joseph Merrick. And he lived in as I said, the 19th century, so it's quite interesting to learn about his real life story. The movie, yeah, I think follows his life story pretty accurately, but of course they made some changes, as films always do. But yeah, it's one of my favorite David Lynch films, actually. And I know it's maybe some people forget maybe that he made this film. Slightly different than his other works. He had just made Eraserhead before this, and that was also in black and white, so that carried over to this one. But yeah, I guess he's known more for films like Mulholland Drive or Blue Velvet. And then, of course, after The Elephant Man, he also made Dune, which is being remade at the moment. But those are the 2 films, Elephant Man and Dune, which are usually seen as his sort of lesser Lynch, maybe. But to me, yeah, I like both of them quite a lot, especially The Elephant Man. And yeah, I would highly recommend it if you haven't seen it yet. Yeah, and especially this release is amazing. I've seen this film a couple times already. I haven't watched the full 4K version yet, but I just sampled a few scenes and it looks, yeah, absolutely stunning. The new restoration is amazing. But if you don't want to buy this like collector's edition, which is kind of expensive, I think it was 35 quid and 35 pounds, British pounds, when I bought it recently, but they also released a couple of other editions. I think there's a standard DVD, there's a standard Blu-ray, and I think there's even also a regular 4K release with just 1 or 2 discs in it. So you have many options if you don't want to get this, super deluxe version. But it is quite amazing. Oh, and also, so there is one other interesting thing about this packaging is that it has this little pop-out thing, which is sort of supposed to be like showing the church model that the Elephant Man builds in his spare time as a hobby when he's living in the hospital in the film. So, and also there's a little quote here. It says, "People are frightened of what they don't understand." And to me, that's basically the sort of theme or heart of the film. That, the Elephant Man is obviously, looks quite different than most people do because he has a lot of facial disfigurements and, also on his body. And so a lot of people are afraid of him, or they think he's weird, or they even try to, sort of bully him because, they don't treat him as a real human being, which is all he wants to be treated as, really. But anyway, it's a highly empathetic film, I would say, especially for David Lynch. This is one of his more humanistic works, I guess, and there are 1 or 2 disturbing things about it, especially in the beginning. I remember one scene with an actual real elephant, and that kind of was a little bit scary to me when I was younger, when I watched the film for the first time. And of course, the appearance of the Elephant Man himself with all the makeup and everything on John Hurt is it can be hard to look at first if you're not used to it, but yeah, once you start getting into the film, you get used to it more, and yeah, I just think it's a really lovely, wonderful, beautiful film. Very powerful in many ways. So yeah, I highly recommend it. And as I said, this 4K release is really amazing. The cinematography in black and white is just, absolutely gorgeous. And so, yeah, if you have any other questions about it or any comments, do you like The Elephant Man? Have you seen it before? Do you want to see it? Let me know in the comment box below, and I'll see you in the next video. So thanks. Take care. Bye.